Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, and in today's video, it's not actually a minion video, but what I do want to talk about is gold. I want to talk about how long it's going to take you to save up enough money to invest in some of these characters that you're eventually going to have to. Now, you've probably seen some of my videos up till now, talking about a variety of different aspects of the whole minion debacle, including the stats, including the characters, and what I think might happen. But at the end of the day, for my account, I don't have any of them up past 60k. My Ravagers here are probably my best characters at the top here at about 60k, but that's not going to be enough to get me to where I need to be for the Scourge event. And so in this video, we're going to be going over how much money that you're going to be able to accumulate roughly within a 4-week or month period. And if you have any characters beyond minions, say that you haven't geared up at this point, then you're going to need to start saving for a while. My personal estimate is that the Death Scourge event is going to be coming around by the first week of January. I don't know if that's actually going to be the case, but that's kind of my estimation, which means at least at the recording of this video, that gives me at least 5 weeks to be able to save some gold. And all of that for me personally is going to be going towards minions. For some of you, there might be some other characters that you're going to need to raise between now and then for the Death Scourge. And hopefully this makes it clear a little bit where all your gold is coming from. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. Oh, there I am. And so this is the welcome to the gold calculator. Patch 6.5. Now, I did this about 3 patches ago. There's been a few adjustments, I'll admit. There hasn't been that many, but there has been a couple of things that's either been updated or new things where gold is acquired. And if I somehow miss something, there's a lot of things here. If I somehow miss something, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. There's a lot of different ways that you can pick up gold along the way. And we're going to zoom in a little bit just so it's a little bit easier to see, depending on what device you're running this on. So we're going to start things off with the daily objectives, okay? And I did not include the gear up and train daily objective. This is like a newbie one that's, I believe, only available up to like level 75 maybe, and then they stopped doing that. I think you get like 5k gold out of that. But here is the ones that all of us should have. And this is the auto win, the arena heroes, supply purchasing, RTA challenges, campaign missions, raid battles. I don't believe the villains one actually gives gold, which is probably why it's not here. So you add up this whole column and you get about a daily total of 230k and the weekly total of 1.6 million. Now, all of these totals are going to be in 1 week totals. That just makes it easier for me to multiply by 4 so that when we get the 28-day total or the month-day total, it makes it a little bit easier because some of the payouts and different things are kind of on a weekly basis. So I wanted to kind of keep that in mind. Now, we do have the rain. Oh, wait, raid gold per day. Yeah, sorry, I said rain gold. I couldn't even read my own spreadsheet. Okay, so raid gold per day. So I'm doing this on the basis of Doom Raid 3.2. Now, that's what I'm doing, and I understand that not everyone's going to do it. It varies a little bit. I don't think the node gold is that tremendous, unless you're back on, like, Ultimate 7 or something like that. Like, I don't think it's... If you're in Doom, I think it's relatively, like, over the 12k mark, I think, per node. So I'm estimating that you're doing about 8 nodes. Now, not everyone is going to be doing this in Doom 3 necessarily, but that's what I'm judging it on. And so that's 17k per node, which is 136,000 total per day on that. And then the Greek raids give you about 9,125, which is based on Greek 4.3. Greek 4.3s are pretty easy across the board. They have never really been updated, so that's what I'm judging it on. That's 73,000 per day. You add the two together, that's 209,000 and 1.463 million per week. Now, when we scroll over a little bit, we're going to add some other things. Now, the campaign gold, this table used to be a lot bigger because I used to add Doom War 2, 3, and 4. They had a different variety amount of golds. This has been standardized a little bit, but I've also put in that we're spending gold on the new heroes and villains hard mode because there's a lot of good stuff in there and they all have the same amount of gold per node. So this is going to be over 800 energy. This is going to be 277,600. Now, you may spend your gold elsewhere on other shard nodes and things like that, but for a lot of endgame players, at least for me anyways, the majority of my energy is going into these nodes here for the teal gear farming, and that's going to give me about 1.943 million over the week. Alliance War. This is somewhat important. This has improved, actually, since the last time I did something like this, and so I'm doing this based on Platinum 2. So the win gold is 507,000, lose gold is 327. This evens out with a 50% win ratio to about 1.25 million on a week. So not as much as you notice as from like the campaigns, things like that, but it still adds up into the grand total. Gold Rush Challenge. This was also updated, not super recently, but it was, I don't know, a couple of patches ago, where they did bump up the amount of gold per attempt on all of the challenges. So for the final tier, you're getting about 220,000 gold per attempt, so that's 660k per day, and there's 3 of those, and then there's the orb fragments. Anytime there's orb fragments, we're going to do that calculation towards the end, because there's other sources of orb fragments for gold frags as well. And that's 1.98 million. Payday, yeah, it is a party, I guess. Payday Flash event. So this was updated a while back as well. This may have been updated when they updated the Gold Rush Challenge, but I don't remember. Anyways, this is 5.4 million per month, which if you divide this by 4 weeks, then you're getting approximately 1.35 million based on a 4-week period, because this comes around once a month. Monthly login calendar. You get 2 million of monthly gold. And then daily gold, that's equivalent to over 28 days. That's equivalent to about 66,000. So it's not a ton. And you get 1 gold orb. That's so weird. It's really not much. For ISO 8, sorry. It seems like you don't actually get a lot from ISO 8. But you do get a fair bit. Now, I spend about 720 energy in ISO 8 a day, give or take. Some people may be holding back their packs, so they may be getting a little bit less gold on this than other people. It's not a significant portion, but if you notice that over all of this, you do get about 473k if you're spending about 720 energy, ISO energy a day. This typically is my free energy plus my free pack, but I know that with Coordinated Assault, that a lot of people are saving their packs, so you may get a little bit less than this, for saving. But you might make that back, actually. Because of the Coordinated Assault, which happens twice a month, then you'll just blow through your free packs that you would have had anyways. It's not like those packs are lost, so you'll probably make this up, so this is probably pretty accurate. Blitz Gold, so that's going to change from your Sunday Orb Blitzes, your Red Star Blitzes, and your Premium Orb Blitzes. 110,000, 180,000. There's the Blitz Orb fragments. I believe I calculate that down below as well. And then the character blitzes, which is 700,000 from that, or 696, 500. That's a weird number. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. And then the quick rumble as well is the same thing. So that's the gold from those 2 blitzes plus these 2 blitzes. Total weekly Blitz Gold. Here we go. 1.683 million. That's from adding up all of these other numbers. From the 4. Should have highlighted it, actually. Blitz Orbs, 6.5, just from the Milestones, and equivalent based on a 4,500 gold average of 29,000. Now we need to talk about the Gold Orb fragments from the other stuff. So there's the Gold Challenge, the weekly Greek 4.3s, the payout, the daily payouts on those, and then the monthly login calendar. That gets a total amount of orbs is roughly about 10 gold orbs over the course of the month, and over the course of the week, rather, I think. And it's not very much, right? It's not a ton. And so that's about 1.7 million per week, based on a 170k average. Now, I've been told in the past that that's actually a low average for gold orbs. I'll admit I didn't do the math on what a gold orb is supposed to be in terms of the amount of payouts. I feel like that's what every time I open like lumps of 10, I feel like I'm getting in the range of 160 to 200k per gold orb. But hey, let me know in the comments down below if this is wildly inaccurate and you know the number. I don't. So it could be a little bit more than this. Yeah, I didn't do the math on that one for once. The Energy Streak Milestone. Now this is the streak milestones that you get every single day, and you actually get a fair bit of gold actually out of this. So you get about 73,200 if you get to the 6th milestone, which is equivalent to about 500k per week. Now that might not sound like a lot, but I get extra 2 million for free when they added that in is a fair bit. Sorry, my apologies. And let's zoom out. So what else is there really left over? You add them all up together. I think that's everything, actually. You add them all up together, and you're getting about 13.5 million gold per week. Now, you multiply this by 30 days, because you can get the 7-day total. You just take this number, and you divide it by 7, and then you multiply that by 30 to get the 30-day total rather than a 28-day total. And that gives you 58 million. Okay, and so that's just under 2 million gold per day. Now, the gold may vary a little bit depending on what you're doing, you know, for all the different things that I mentioned up here. They're approximate values, and it does not reflect events. There are certain times where you do get gold from events. Most notably, actually, when we had the strike salute. You know, that had some free gold in there for that event, so it does not reflect sometimes. It's very rare that we get those kind of events, but, you know, you never know, right? And so this 58 million is fairly sizable because the amount of gold that it takes to get, and I have this down below here, so I've broken down per character, or like thresholds, basically, how much it would cost you to get them up there. So depending on where you're wanting to bring your minions up or your other characters for the Death Scourge coming up, then look at these thresholds here, right? So level 1 to 60 costs 1.37 million just for the levels. 60 to 70 costs 2.26, and this is just for those 10 levels, by the way. These 5 levels cost 1.968, and then 75 to 80 costs 2.1. And so level 1 to 80, which will get you to gear tier 15, will cost about 7.7 million gold. Now, once you include the gear and the abilities and all that, it bumps that up to about 10 million gold. So you're going to need at least 50 million gold if you want to get your minions up to level 80, gear tier 15. Now, if you want to stick more gold in them and not necessarily gear, estimated cost for gold, I don't know why I say estimating, it should be about this, about 2.3 million gold to go from level 80 to 85. I don't have the numbers for, oh no, I do have, yeah, level 90, I just added that in there. I think it's roughly an extra 3.5 million, I'm pretty sure. So in total, if you want to level up your character to level 90, which I don't think I really expect people to do this for minions, but you might do 85. You're looking at anywhere from 13 million to 16 million gold per character. You know, and then if you have 5, like me, I've done a little bit of it. You know, if you go back to the chart, what was that? So I've maybe shaved off 2 million gold out of this, right? So I'm still looking at another 50 million for 5 minions. And that's almost a month's worth of gold saving. So what does that tell you? Well, that depends on where you're at with your minions. If you have any of them, if you're someone who had a gear tier 16 Stitcher, I would just honestly just sit on that because, you know, you might still get to use that. You probably will still get to use that. So if anyone has upgraded Ravagers, you're very likely still going to use these. But if anyone's in the same boat as me and hasn't touched any of these and don't know what to do, then make sure you're saving your gold now. Because I can't stress how important it is to save the resources to make sure you have it. Luckily for my baby account, like I realize my baby account's like level 75, but I have like 60 million gold on that account. I need to do a better job saving my gold. I'm currently at 17 million, Dark Beast's not out, and honestly, I'm actually wondering whether or not that's good investment for me is to like max out Dark Beast now, or if I just continue to hold and hoard, because realistically, I'm not going to be using Dark Beast anyways until I get Archangel. So what's really the point? If I can't get through the Death Scourge, then what does it matter if I have a maxed out Dark Beast? So honestly, my best advice would be to hold and hoard your gold. Make sure that you have at least 50 plus million gold to invest in a set of minion characters for the Death Scourge, or more if there's characters that you're missing, because really at this point that's what it's going to be all about. I don't like the fact that I'm going to be holding and hoarding about a month's worth of gold just so I can upgrade these characters, but I also do want to make sure I pass it. I feel like there's still some information missing, some things that we don't know, but at the end of the day we need to be as ready as we possibly can, and how you're going to do that is by making sure you have the gold available for the task at hand. Hopefully that helps kind of plan ahead to know exactly how much gold that you're going to need to keep until the next Scourge. And, that's it. Good luck, everyone. Hoard well. Marvel Horde Force is in full force. And until next time, stay safe and healthy. And I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.